Welcome to another episode of the Sippin and Trippin podcast, where we connect with amazing people. I am your host, Desmond Black, and today's topic is all about relationships versus marriage. But before we get started, allow me to introduce today's guest. Former chef at the Marriott, current sous chef at the West End, altogether a chef for 27 years, father of five, three daughters, and two sons. And he is in his second marriage of 4 years, proprietor of his own catering business called the Three Case Catering. Also the proprietor of his own podcast, What's Cooking. You can find him on YouTube at Chef Dennis 32 and on Instagram at Three Course Catering 3235. He is none other than my older brother, Mr. Dennis Porterfield. How you doing today?
Good yourself, brother.
All right. So, how's everything?
Everything's great. Good day at work. Came home, was excited. It's like let's get it started. Let's tell the world about the difference between relationship and marriage.
Oh, I'm ready for that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you put everything on your social media?
I did.
Okay. So that's how. Let me see. So did you put it on Facebook?
Absolutely.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not live on Facebook right now.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, no, not live on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that next time.
But you can link. I'll show you how to do that later. But yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this topic.
It's gonna be interesting.
So
let me lead off with this. If I said a marriage was more of a business than a relationship, what would you say?
Some people can look at it that way. It all depends on the individual. It's you can look at it as a business. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Because guess what? When you go into business with somebody, you want to go into business with somebody that you truly can trust, that is dependable. So when you go into a business with somebody, it's somebody you could trust. It's somebody that's dependable, that you can rely on. If you can't make it, they're there, and they're going to do the job 100%. So it's like a business, somebody you could trust. Because
right.
When you want to go into business with somebody, listen, you put your money up, you put your all into it, and if they're not doing the same thing, guess what? You can lose everything. So yeah, it's like a business.
Okay, I respect that, but it's a lot of things that come with businesses, right? So all right, let me ask you this: why is there a price tag on marriage?
That depends on the two individuals. Marriage is not a price tag.
So all right, I'm gonna tell you why it's a price tag, right? So like when you get married,
you say it's a price tag. That's right. Individuals. That all depends on the two individuals.
It's anybody that gets married, right? Let me tell you why. When you get married, how much do the reception and all that stuff cost? It's a lot of money, right? That's a price tag for something that's only a one-time thing in your life, because you say marriage should be forever, right?
Depends. Yeah, but that depends on the two individuals. That's ceremonial. So okay. when it's ceremonial, that depends on the two people, because some people don't want big marriages or big weddings. They don't want big weddings. So with that being said, it can be small and simple. Some people want a small, intimate relationship, intimate with the family and some friends, and that's it. That's all they need. They don't want it. They don't want nothing big and extravagant.
All right, so let's take this out of perspective of a man. A woman. You think a woman truly wants a small wedding?
To be honest, we can't even make those statements, because it depends on the two individuals. Some want a big marriage, some want a small. It depends on the two individuals, because you got to think about it. Two people can get married, right? And they have a private life. And if they have a private life, they don't want everybody into their marriage. I mean, their wedding, their ceremony. They private, so they want to keep it like they want to keep it small and simple. But if you got somebody that has a lot of friends and then they will spend the money because they want to share that moment with their family and friends. So it's a special day, and they want to share it with that person. So it's not a price tag, because when you want to share your relationship, your marriage with your friends and family, everybody's excited for you. Everybody wants to see you happy. So they'll do, the necessary things to make sure that your wedding is paid for, whatever. That's the type of wedding. That's the type of wedding they want. That the people that you have in your life will do everything to make it possible.
Right. So whether it's a small wedding or a big wedding, you still got to pay a price. Like if you go to the Justice of Peace, you still got to pay. Right. So if it's dealing with expenses, yeah. So if it's dealing with expenses, that's a price tag. So what I'm saying is, why is marriage a price tag? Now let's go a little bit further. When you propose, you got to do what? You got to buy the rings, right? That's also exhausting finances, money, right? So therefore, it's a price tag. If anything you purchase in life, it's a price tag. You know? Let's take it a little bit
That's
further.
How you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
that's how you feel?
Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not against marriages, but this is a good conversation. This is a good topic. So I'm just asking the questions, So let's go a little bit further. Divorce. Even in divorce, you have to pay money. A price tag. Right or wrong?
You got to pay to get out of the divorce, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. They say it's cheaper to keep him or her, right? So in saying that, that goes back to my original statement about a marriage being a business. So I don't think you answered it quite yet. Why is there a price tag on marriage? If it's all about love and a connection with that person.
Yeah, it goes right back to what I said. It depends on the two individuals, because everybody doesn't have a big extraordinary wedding.
They don't have to.
But like, I'll give you an example.
All right.
One of my friends, right? They wanted a special wedding, right? You know what they did?
What's that?
Everybody couldn't go, so guess what? They made it special and intimate, right? The people who was able to go, they got married in Costa Rica. Now guess what? They went to Costa Rica, they planned it, they did it. So they had a few friends that was able to go, few family members that was able to go. So guess what? It was a small, intimate wedding. Something that wasn't that expensive, but guess what? They enjoyed it with the people that were there. They got married, they came back, and they had a little gathering for the people that was here. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So it could have been like a good 50 people at their wedding. You know what I'm saying? And they went over there. See, so that's what I mean by it's not about the money, because guess what? If the two individuals decide to get married, especially the man, he decides to get married, he said, look, let's do it like this. Okay, it can minimize the cost, because guess what? It's only going to be a few people, and we're going to enjoy it. And the people that can come, we're going to enjoy it with them. And then we come back home. Guess what? We have a little gathering for the people who wasn't able to attend. And that's simple.
I get it. Listen, I didn't say.
Don't forget now. Look, don't forget. I've been my first marriage, right? It was nice, big, right? My second one wasn't, but I did consult with my wife, my current wife, and say, do you want this? How do you want it, babe? Whatever you want, I'm giving it to you. You understand what I'm saying? Right. She was like, no, I don't really want to do that. But I offered it because guess what? It's not fair. See, look, it's not fair to me just because I've been married before. I want her to experience that moment of walking down out. But my wife said it's okay. She don't really want that. So see, here it is. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So my wife said she don't want all that. She don't want a bunch of people, and no, she didn't want all that. See what I'm saying? So I said, whatever you want. She said, let's go to the city hall. I said, okay, that's what you want. You sure? I said, babe, don't worry about the cost. Right. That's what I want. I gave her what she wants. You know what I'm saying?
Now I get it. And I never said it's all about the money. All I said is you have a price tag on marriage, right? And the question was why?
But it's not.
So somebody got to buy the rings, right? So it's like you invest money just to increase the value of something that you're already involved with, meaning a relationship. Right?
That's materialistic. So like I said, it all look, it depends on the individual always, because guess what? A woman that's not into, my wife's not into all that fashion.
Right.
She got a nice ring though. Yeah. That's because that's me. See, I'm the man.
Right.
So I bought her a nice ring. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about money. That's what I wanted to do for her. Right. So it always depends on that man. It depends on the man. If you want to go and buy a nice ring for your wife, that's all up to you. If you want to go buy her a little ring from, listen, I'm like I said, even on my podcast and even on the stage, I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? Let me just share something with you. Check this out. Because of my lack of growth, right? You know what I did for my first wife? It's unfair, it's selfish. I didn't put all the thought in it. I bought a ring from Walmart. Come on, bro. Come on. I bought a ring from Walmart.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah. Come on. But guess what? I've learned, you know what I'm saying? It's not about the cost, it's about the thought and how much you put in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I said. Money is not the issue. So my wife have a nice ring.
So let me ask you. So when you said from Walmart, like, did you eventually get another one, or is that the ring she rocked out with until y'all got married?
No, that's the ring she rocked out until not till we got married. That's the ring she got when we got married.
Oh wow, from Walmart. So all right,
and that's not that's poor. That's a poor, but that's what I'm saying to you is that it depends on the individual. That was a poor selection. That wasn't thoughtful. But at the end, it hurt me to realize that I made that foolish mistake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was, and that's why I said it's not about money, but it's about the thought. It's about how much it's not about materialistic. It's about how much you care for that woman. Right. How you want to show her that you really love her. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about money. You don't have to spend $4,000 or $5,000 for a ring in the beginning. You can buy a nice little ring, $2,000 is nice, and then you see, and then as time go on, you get upgrades. Upgrades. You upgrade the ring. You got to think because you know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
No, I'm glad you said that because you said something a few minutes ago when you said materialistic things, right? So does marriage not teach you to focus on materialistic things?
No.
Okay. So you look confused. So the reason why I say that is this. So a woman expects a ring. Matter of fact, most women expect a big ring, right? So that's materialistic. If it's all about love, it shouldn't be about size or ring or anything like that, right? But we go out there and we get that ring for that woman, right? That's materialistic.
It depends on the woman, D.
So you ever met women that was going to divorce and they refused to take off that ring or refused to get rid of it, refused to sell it?
Yeah, because they know how much it was. Probably.
Exactly. See, you prove my point. Yeah. They know the value in it, right? Yeah. It's materialistic.
Yeah.
So marriage teaches a woman to focus on materialistic things.
No, man. Hey. Listen. So hold on. All right. So the topic is relationships, right, versus marriage, right. So here's this. There's a big difference in relationships and marriages, right? So as we talk, right? Listen, relationships is based on communication, right?
Right.
So a relationship starts before you get to a marriage,
right?
So if you got a poor relationship with your coworkers, poor relationship with your family, guess what? You're not ready for marriage. Because you know why? Because marriage is a covenant. It's a devotion. It teaches you discipline. But you should have discipline already, but that's what it teaches you. It's this longevity, protection, teamwork.
Right.
It say teamwork make a dream work. Leadership.
Right.
These are the characteristics of a marriage. You know what I'm saying? King, queen, loyalty, security, trustworthy. You in a friendship, guess what? A friendship, you can leave a friendship anytime. But a marriage, you can't just leave anytime.
Right.
You sometimes you listen, if it's for the right reason, you can leave the marriage. But you're not gonna just walk away just like that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But relationships, any relationship, you could walk away. When you decide to get married, guess what? Your relationship with your mother and father, you're gonna have it, but guess what? Your time is gonna be devoted to your wife. So relationships and marriages are two different things. You want to talk about business? Guess what? Listen, if you got the right woman, right? Trustworthy is big. So you could trust her no matter what. You trust her.
Right.
You understand me? Loyalty. You want. So you as the man have to find out, is this woman trustworthy?
Right.
And men, listen, I was just talking to somebody. Here's the thing. Watch this. I asked a person a question, so I'm gonna ask you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's raining outside. You have an umbrella. You open up the umbrella, and the rain comes down. What is the first thing that the rain hits?
Anything that's beneath the sky. What do you mean?
No. You wasn't listening.
All right, what you say?
I said, if you have an umbrella,
right,
and you open up the umbrella and it start to rain, what is the rain hits what first?
Oh, the umbrella.
The top of the umbrella, right?
Right.
Right? I use the umbrella for a reason, because guess what? The men are the covering of their wives and their children. They are supposed to be the leaders, teaching the children how to respect their parents, and then in actions they're showing their children how to respect their wife, your wife, and their mother. So you as the head of the household, the leader, you teach that. You're the teacher. And then guess what? When you got the right woman, guess what? She would collaborate what you're doing. She'll follow you. She'll respect you. Because in the marriage, guess what? Every man wants a woman that going to respect them.
Right.
And every woman wants a man to love them. So in a relationship, guess what? You could be like, you know what? I'm tired of you. I don't want to be bothered with you no more. Boom, walk away.
Right.
But see, in marriage, no, you can't just walk away. Just like tomorrow, you can't stand that person. Boom. No, that's what's longevity. You got to work at it. Teamwork. It's work. You got to work at it. It's not. You say a business. If you want a successful business, guess what? You got to work at it. If you don't put the work in, you're gonna have a poor business.
Right.
You got to put the work in.
Right.
So in a marriage, you got to put the work in.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen, I agree with everything you said. Right. So it's a lot of things I'm going to unpack in this conversation. Right. So so the definition of relationship, it says the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected, right? The state of being connected by blood or marriage, an emotional or sexual association between two people, right? Now, connection, it's a relationship. I mean, some synonyms: connection, relation, association, right? Alliance, bond, right? That's for relationships. Now, let's look at the definitions followed by the synonyms of marriage, right? It says the legally and formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship. Now, synonyms for that is a union, alliance, association, connection, and merger, right? So if you look at the two synonyms between the two words, they share a lot of similarities.
Similarities? Yeah.
Yes. So, so I'm gonna say this: a marriage ain't nothing but paperwork. Now, when I say that, what came to your mind?
Paperwork? It's a covenant. Yes. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's a covenant.
So when you say covenant, now we're talking biblical. We talk about
no. Covenant means I'm bound to you and you bound to me. We don't got to talk. It's not got to be religion. It's a covenant. So I'm bound to that woman. She's bound to me.
Okay. So I'm glad you used that. What? What's up?
Huh? But look.
Go ahead.
A marriage is part of a relationship too. So yeah. But when you take away the two, what's the difference between a relationship and a marriage? They're very much different.
So elaborate on that. Yeah, go ahead. Elaborate on that.
Here's the thing. All right. You don't go and buy a house with your friend. Because guess what? If you buy a house with your friend, it's going to be messy. Guess what? They could say, you know what? Watch this. They can say, I don't want this no more. I'm out. They leave it to you. Mm-hmm. But now in the marriage, they can't just do that.
We're going to circle back to that.
And say, you know what? Oh, if they leave, guess what? If they leave and look, you got to pay all, you stuck with all this. Guess what? Oh no, it's so many things that come with that. Because guess what? If they leave for the wrong reason, y'all go to court. Guess what? Long suffering. Oh, I'm hurt. You got to do all. It's dramatic, but it's dramatic to sit there and just leave. It's gonna be dramatic, and you don't want that. So that's why it doesn't. That's why the laws of the land has you sign a paper to say that listen. You have an agreement with this person. I don't like to use agreement. I use covenant because guess what? It's bigger than just saying, I do. You said I'm going to love you for the rest of my life. Guess what? You have to know in your mind that guess what? There are going to be other people, other women that look better than your wife. But you devoted your life to her. You know you all your cares in the world. I'm different from most men. You know what I'm saying? Like me, ain't nobody gonna disrespect my wife because I don't disrespect her. So I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect her. Family, no, get out of here. We out. See you later. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That man has to be devoted to that woman. You got what I'm saying? So that's why I said earlier, devotion. No, hey, listen. If you really don't love that woman, you don't have to marry. You shouldn't marry that person.
Right.
But if you really love them, and look. That's why I said in the marriage, the difference between marriage and relationship, guess what? You could walk away anytime and you really don't have to put your all in all in the relationship. But in the marriage, yeah, guess what? Sacrifices have to be made. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices for your kids and for your wife.
Right.
For the greater good. She has dreams and hopes. You got to support her. So sometimes you got to make sacrifices supporting her. Right. Her dreams and vice versa. She got to do so. That's what you want. That's why they say in the marriage, you become one because guess what? You want to support one another. Right. You holding each other up. When I'm feeling bad, my wife right there.
Mm-hmm.
When she feeling bad, I'm right there.
Right.
Pick her up, say the right things, and you know what? Communication is key in both. Whether you start out in a relationship, communication is number one. You got to have good communication so you can understand and talk to one another.
Right. So, do rings not symbolize bondage? Because you remember you
not bondage.
You use the word bond. It's a bond. You bound together. That's what you said. You bound together.
I'm bound, not bound. So I'm bound.
So the one word comes from the other, right? So if you bound to somebody, right, that's a form of bondage. Am I right?
But the terminology for bondage is how you put it in the sentence.
I mean, obviously,
so when you say bondage, huh?
No, I was
talking about bondage,
right?
Oh, when you talk about bondage, is how you put it in the sentence because you can use it in different ways by the adjectives that come with it.
Right. I mean,
so when you say bond,
you can use anything as in a negative or a positive light, right? But like the word bondage just means like you bound to that person or you tied to that person, right? That's by definition.
Use bondage in a sentence. So no, I want you to use bondage in a sentence so you can understand. Use bondage in a sentence.
I mean, we're not gonna get into that because the
first... no. You said is you gotta when you say it, you gotta be able to break it down so people can understand. When you use the word bondage, how are you using it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a negative and a positive way to put anything in life, right? Any word or whatever. Like you could say I'm a bondage of my job. I'm bound because it's bondage is just you bound to something, you tied to something.
You ain't tied to your job. You can leave anytime you want.
You're right. So all right. So what I was getting at when I was saying the word bondage, right? Like, are you not bound to that person when you get married?
Yes, I'm bound to him.
Okay, so that's a form of bondage. When you put a ring around somebody's finger, right? So let's equate that to like back in the day with slavery, right? Like when people put brands.
See, there you go. See what you said. That's what you was getting at.
Yeah.
See? Now that terminology that you use, I asked you to use it in a sentence because you can use bondage in a negative sentence of slavery.
in a negative
But you will
or a
not. You
positive
can't
light.
use it. Listen, you can't use bondage in marriage because guess what? I do not have authority over her. She do not have authority over me.
Okay.
We respect one another. We
Okay.
honor one another.
So all right. So look,
So how it's supposed to work is that see we have to be able to honor one another. And because sometimes we understand that things is not going to always be my way and it's not going to always be her way. So we have to compromise. See, in a bondage, there is no compromising. Guess what? You're going to do what I tell you to do. See, that's what you talking about bondage. Listen, I'm your master. See, when you use the word, that's the way you use in the bondage.
okay.
I'm not her master.
But what I said is you can use it as a
God is my master.
You can use it in a positive or a negative light, right? So let's strip away the word bondage.
I
right?
said it when.
Listen, let's strip away the word bondage.
Go.
When you get married, that's your woman, right? And then for her, you're her man, right?
Yes.
So we strip away the word bondage. Let's talk about ownership. When you get married, you put that ring around their finger. That means I own you. Correct?
No.
Yes, I own you. You
No.
mine. All right. So let's dumb it down a little bit. You said that's mine or she's mine. If you claim something, right? What is that? You claiming ownership, right or wrong? That's mine. That's not for you. It's not for nobody but me. I am her husband. And she'll say that's my that's my wife, and she'll say that's my husband. That's ownership. That's you staking your claim. That's you staking your claim, saying that's mine. And you cannot if you say anything in life is yours, that's you staking your claim that you own that. That's yours. That's your property. That's yours.
All right. So let me show you. It's not about watch this. Okay. Ownership. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Are you ready? Huh? Mm-hmm. Ownership. Right?
Right.
D. You own your car. You have papers to state that you are the owner of that car. Right. You don't have no papers to say you the owner of your wife.
Yes, you do. When you get married, papers. Yes, it is.
No,
when you get married, you
guess what? You know what it
says? All paperwork. All paperwork, brother.
It says she is my wife.
Mine.
It do not say I own her. Yeah, look, you said ownership.
Right.
So when you own something, right? When you own your house, guess what? You get a deed. And you and your wife get a house, you and her will be on the deed.
Okay.
On the house.
Yes.
Not, look, watch this. She's my wife. I own her, right? Guess what? I can't say, oh, I own this house. This is mine. No, guess what? We both own it.
Okay.
So guess what? It doesn't say that, oh, she my wife. I own her. I own the house.
Okay.
No, it's ownership.
So the word ownership,
it's personal.
Yeah, you're right.
Good.
So the definition of ownership is the act, state, or right of possession of something or somebody. So when you get married, right, you take that oath and you sign that paper. You're saying that's my husband and that's my wife. Once you put the word mine in there, that is mine. That is ownership, right? So when you put that ring on your finger, somebody's finger, that's the same thing as when we got branded back in the day. We had chains on, you ball and chain. You know what I'm saying? That's ownership. That's ownership.
Hey, man, listen.
Hold on.
Listen. That's a mentality that you're talking about, bro. That we don't live like that no more, man.
No,
that's old time. We live in a new millennium time, bro.
You're
right. We live in a new time. That's it. That's the see. We live in a time we don't have to say things like that. See, that's the old mentality. We don't gotta live like that. That's not how we live now. We don't talk like that.
Listen, I got you, brother.
Come on, we live in 2024.
I was just giving you something to think about. But let me ask you this.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I know.
Look. Before you said there's a difference between marriage and a relationship. So first, I want you to define the difference before I comment. What is the difference between a relationship? Let's say a committed relationship, which is essentially just a relationship, and marriage. A committed relationship versus a marriage. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
All right. So check us out. Before you get to marriage, you got to have a relationship.
Okay.
That's the time where if we talk about an intimate relationship, now that's the relationship begins before you get into the marriage. So you you look at the woman and the man, and the woman looks at the man, and they say, well, it's not even about up to the woman to decide whether she going to get married or not. It's the man. So he looks at her and he decides, you know what, or she's married material. What you about to say?
I was about to say, doesn't it take two? Because a man can say she's wifey material, but she could change her mind at that altar and say, nah, I changed my mind. So it takes two to be in a marriage. So it's on both parties, not one.
Now, watch this. In the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You as the man, it's not being a male chauvinist either. You as the man have the ability to choose the right woman for you.
Just as she has the right,
the wrong woman.
She has the same abilities.
I said the right woman. Listen, okay. The right woman for you.
Okay.
You as the individual have the right, the ability to choose the right woman that's made just for you.
Right.
And that's only up to you and the man. And you know, because of her qualities, because of her personality, you see how she is, her family background. All those are things that you have to do the work for when you're in a relationship. Right? And so the relationship starts and then it goes into a marriage. Right. So that's the biggest difference right there. You start off before you even get to marriage, you gotta have a relationship.
Right.
You gotta know the do's and the don'ts. Because for me, like I'll give you an example why I say it's big difference. Because I ain't just getting married. I'm married now, right? If I was dating a woman that I knew that she was smoking, she ain't married material. I'm done with the relationship. Feel me?
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm not willing to deal with, and that's why the man's supposed to, do the necessary things to find out that she's right woman. Because guess what? You want to get married to the right woman, so you want to work at it. You want to have good times. You're gonna have bad times.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
It's not even about just saying, you know what, a person have my kids and I'm married. No, that's how I was before. You know what I'm saying? I was in, that old mindset thinking like, oh, because I had kids with a woman, I'm supposed to marry her. I would have married a woman, my first kid's mother, I would have married her, and that wasn't a woman for me.
Right.
Now the second one, she possibly could have been, but I made mistakes. I still was growing. Right. So, we got a divorce. I'm better now. You know what I'm saying? I'm healed. I'm like all the brokenness. Because I was broken. Right. I didn't know how to love a woman. Right. Keeping it real with you, I ain't know that. So now I'm older, wiser. So now I know how to be sensitive and, in tune with her feelings, her emotions, and sometimes make big sacrifices for her. Make sure she's smiling, make sure she's happy. She asked me to do something I really don't want to do. I'll be like, oh my goodness, I do it. Feel me?
Right.
So relationship, good.
No, I was about to say, you're right about one thing. So, like, I see where you was trying to go, but, like, I got a lot more to unpack here, right? But, like, you can have a relationship without marriage, but you can't have a marriage without a relationship. So that's what you was trying to get on, right?
That's what I said. That's what
I'm saying.
So the relationship starts, right?
Right.
And then the marriage.
Right.
You don't jump in them. Look, you'll be a fool to jump in a marriage and not have a relationship with that person. And I ain't talking about being intimate with that person. See, that's what nowadays the young generation, they think is you got to sleep with the person before you get married with them. When we use the class of the person.
When we use the word intimacy, that don't necessarily mean sexual intercourse.
No. When I use the word intimacy, I was talking about sex.
Okay.
Yes, but intimacy is clearly, a personal thing, like, right, intimate, like just me and you. You could be real intimate going to dinner with that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talking and having a conversation. That's intimacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I ain't talking when I use the word intimacy, I'm talking about sex.
So they also say marriage is the process by which two people make their relationship public, official, and permanent. Right? You agree with that?
Yes.
So
yes.
So when you get married, they say permanent, but there's a such thing called divorce. So it's no guarantees that the marriage is going to be permanent, right? So that's why when I asked you what's the difference between a relationship and a marriage, because you're not doing anything different from when you're in a relationship and when you're married. You're not doing anything different.
Not
the only thing different. The only thing different is the paperwork.
Nah, D.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's a big difference, bro.
So tell me,
big difference.
Explain.
D, you in a relationship, you don't make the same sacrifice. Listen,
why not?
Anybody would tell you,
if you're both committed to each other, why are you not making those same sacrifices?
I, you asked the question why, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Watch this.
Mhm.
I'll show you why. If it's the same, right?
Right.
Why they don't get married? What's blocking them from getting married?
So, in my opinion, once you get married, the woman, the wife, they up the ante, and things get chaotic. Y'all can have the best of
Who?
relationship. Hold on. Before look, y'all can get like y'all in a relationship. Y'all say y'all committed to each other, right? You're devoted. The relationship is great. Why does it go downhill once you decide to get married? Why? If everything was great, say I know people personally, they was in a relationship for like 10 years and engaged for 3 years. And then married for a year and a half and they got problems. Why is that? Because once you get married, things get different. It gets chaotic. And you tell me, why is that?
If they get married, if they've been together, you said 10 years.
And then everything was peachy. Then they get engaged. Everything is still calm and collected. Once they get married, why is it chaos?
The person that been together with somebody for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they get married and it's chaotic. Guess what? They probably didn't really love each other.
So 13 years is and with no problems and everything was peachy and it was like a
Why
fairy
did
tale
that?
relationship. So 13 years, you said you trying to discredit, say it don't mean nothing.
So what
Come
I'm
on now.
saying to you is, you just before you get to that point, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Right.
8 years. What is stopping them from getting married? There is something in it. That's something before in the first 2 years
Right.
to the next 6 years.
Right.
What's stopping them from getting married? There is something that's stopping them from getting married. Ultimately, when you're in a relationship, guess what? That's the ultimate goal: getting married, finding the right. They say everybody's not your soulmate though. When you get married with a person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you don't. Sometimes you don't get married to your soulmate, but you
Right.
get married to a person that's right for you, that's a fit for you. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the thing. You gotta ask. They gotta ask themselves why we didn't get married 5 years ago.
Right.
There's something that stopped them from getting married if they've been together that long. Something, whatever it is.
Right.
If they're not being honest with one another, they might not be honest. And when I say honesty, that look, do you see yourself being with that person for the rest of your life?
Right.
Because you see other women that look better than the girl that you with. No, it don't work like that. Because guess what? Everything that's green on the other side is not always green.
Right. You being greener, bro. I got you. I feel you. But let me ask you this. In a relationship, there's infidelity. In a marriage, there's infidelity. So at the end of the day, what's the
No, it's no
difference?
infidelity. It's no infidelity in
So
relationship.
what do you mean? Yes, it is. Why, all
No,
right, elaborate.
no,
If you're in a relationship with somebody,
because I told you,
y'all together,
you could leave. You could leave. It's over. That's it.
you can leave when
No questions asked. It's over.
you can leave in a marriage as well. That's why it's called
Not
divorce.
not just like that.
But
Not just like that.
not
Because
for
I could tell you right
not
now,
for free.
if you marry, huh?
I say yeah, not for free.
What's
You're
that?
right. Not for free. Yeah, you're right.
Now watch this. No.
All right.
Watch this. See, what you don't know is this.
Mm-hmm.
It depends how long you've been married. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it depends on why you left. Because if you left because you just tired of that person, woman or man, if they smart and they get lawyers, guess what? They can easily say, listen, uh, they just left me. Lied. I understand they just left me, feeling sad, pain and suffering. Guess what? That's why you got to go to court. Because people decide to leave a marriage just for dumb reasons.
Right.
And they say, oh, well, if that's what you want to do, you're going to have to pay this.
Well,
You're going to have to pay.
so when you
You
say
know what I'm saying? So you can't just gulp it.
Go ahead.
Pain and suffering. Pain and suffering. You said, what am I going to say? Why do you got to pay?
No, I was gonna
Pain and
say.
suffering?
No, I was gonna say.
Like I gave you 10 years of my life.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is when
now-
you say dumb reasons, it's not dumb reasons because if it's a reason to walk away from a relationship or a marriage, it's not dumb because to that person, it's for a reason. It's for a cause. Everybody do things for a reason, right? So if I don't have that connection for you anymore, or I feel like
That's not a reason to divorce.
Why?
Nah. because
if
I
you
just
wake up
told you.
if you wake up every day and you look at that person and say, "Oh my God," you supposed to stick by that person?
Yes.
Why? Because you're doing that.
You know why?
If you're doing that man or that woman an injustice by doing that because your heart is not in
No.
it. Why be married if you're
See,
not in it 100%?
you know what happens? It's called growth, and it's called change. Things change. Just think about it. You gotta have that. That's why marriage is not easy. It is very difficult for some people. And watch this. Hey D, see, you gotta have a wider spectrum and thinking. And I'm not you. I'm just saying this is why.
In
Listen,
general, I got you.
see, life will throw you a boomerang.
Right.
When you think like that, guess what? Let me just paint a picture for you. You loving your wife, you loving her for 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you listening?
Right.
All of a sudden, you get into an accident and you deform. You want your wife to love you unconditionally, right?
Right.
Right?
Right. Yes.
And that's the same way. Your wife changes. She might not look as sexy she was 10 years ago,
Right.
but you still gotta love her because you love what. So basically what you said is you loved her beauty. You didn't love her heart, you loved her beauty. And see when people do that, you listen, beauty fades away. You're not gonna be always sexy as you was 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Right.
So you gotta love her. And that's where your personality, that's where your character coming in. And you know what? And they still the same person, even though they got big, fat, sloppy. You know what I'm saying? It's your job to encourage her. It's your job to uplift her so you can motivate her to say, you know what, babe, let's do it together. See what I'm saying? So that's why it takes two. That's why they always say you become one, but it takes two in a relationship, in a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That's why look, relationships are totally different. You know, people and look, this ain't no shot at you. But it's real. Look, people be together for years and don't get married. You ask yourself why they don't get married. There is something. It's gray, but it's a gray area why they did not get married. And I'm almost certain the man that said, no, I don't think I'll marry her. But guess what?
But why does
Look
he say
at
that?
yourself.
But why does he
and
say
say,
that? Why does he say
huh?
that? But why would a man say that? Something changed,
That's what
right?
I was
You
getting
said
at.
growth and change, right?
No,
Something changed. Something impacted that relationship to the point where they were like, I'm not too sure.
here's the thing, and this I'm a man, so when I say it like that, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
So look, if I was weak-minded, right?
Right.
My wife is beautiful, right?
Right.
But there are women out there that look better than my wife and have better bodies than her. She got a good body. She's not a nice body, right?
She might kill you for that one. But go ahead.
No, but I'm being honest. Watch this.
You're right.
But see, listen. The good thing about it is that I know I have something good.
Right.
Right. She support me. She got my back. Why would I want to go and mess that up for something else that looks better than what I have already? Right.
Right.
Because I don't know 5 years. You know, let's just say I had cheated. Right. 5 years ago. Later, then this person is all messed up, and I done wasted my time and did all that. And guess what? I gave up something.
That's good.
For what?
That's good.
You got what I'm saying?
Right.
For a piece of trash. No,
right.
That's what, and that's what's the difference about it. You got to really look past that beauty. You got to see. Listen, is she a good mate?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It should always be love over lust. Love should always come over lust.
Huh?
I said love should always come before lust.
Yeah. Yes, of course. But see, look, I got men friends that ain't married, right? Mm-hmm. But when they talk to me, they say, D, how you do it? I explain it to them. You know what I'm saying? I've been through one marriage, didn't work. But guess what? I knew the things I didn't do in the first, I did in the second because I learned it was hard. It was a hardship. It was a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Think about this. When you start a relationship,
right?
What is the foundation on? Are you hurting inside? You know what I'm saying? You got some issues that you got to deal with. You got to think about that because guess what? Those issues that you have, you bring it into your relationship. You bring it into your marriage, and that's why you have to work on yourself. before you get into that marriage. Because that, listen, you bring all your hurt and all your pain into your marriage. Guess what? You ain't gonna have a successful marriage.
Right.
You'll have a bad one because guess what? You haven't did the right work for yourself.
Well, the same thing applies to a
And I
relationship.
think that's what people scared about.
Same thing applies to a relationship. I said same thing applies to a relationship. When you're in a relationship, it's also a lot of work, right? So look, let me say this right quick. They say marriage is about two people making a lifelong commitment to each other, while dating is about two people enjoying each other's company. Marriage takes work, right? But it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
It says dating can be fun and carefree, but there is no guarantees that the relationship will last, right? That's what people say. But why do they say that? Because there's no guarantees that a marriage will last. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, D.
Right.
Here's the thing. Watch this. All right. So when you put these dynamics into the situation about a relationship, all right, here's what we didn't talk about is this. All right. Let's say you have children, right? And you're in a relationship.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You can walk away, deal with the kids the best way you can. But see, when you get married, right, and you have kids, now you got to say that's where the sacrifice coming in. You know what? If you start out in a good relationship and y'all had kids, now you say, you know what? I want to make this a nice family for my children. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I once was a child. You was a child. And I can tell you this, from being a child to a grown man, it was a wonderful thing to wake up and see my mother and my father, even though they wasn't together for the rest all my life. But it was a joy to see them when I woke up. And guess what? I know that's for every child. When they wake up in the morning, they don't know nothing else but mommy and daddy. Absolutely. So that's your drive. That's what makes you say, I want to marry this woman. This woman had my kids. Guess what? I said I got the old mentality of thinking. But when a woman have your kids, I say now, guess what? I want my children to see me when they wake up, when I come home from work, we eating dinner together, we're laughing. We don't. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the ultimate goal, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't work out that way, and it's understandable because we made poor choices. They made poor choices, and now the kids have to suffer, and that's what's going on a lot in this world. You know, a lot of people don't look at statistics and say about divorce so high,
right? Because
people, choosing men and women for the wrong reason.
Right.
That's in a relationship, like we said earlier, the relationship starts it, right? But the marriage is the ultimate goal. But some people don't even care about that.
Because again, I wholeheartedly believe that a marriage is just paperwork. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because if you're in a relationship and then you get married, you're doing the same exact things you was when you was in a relationship. You're not physically, mentally, emotionally doing anything different, right? If you say it starts with relationship, you love that person, you devoted that person. When you get married, you're doing the same thing. You loving that person, you devoted, you care about that person. When you marry, you're not doing anything different than you was in that relationship. The only thing that changes is that ownership on that paperwork.
So D.
Yeah.
So look. So let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying that the paperwork is is the difference between a relationship and a marriage? That's paperwork.
That's the only difference to me. That's the only difference. That and appeasing a woman, because a woman they feel like marriage is the end all be all. They think that marriage makes things different, but in all actuality, it does not. Because once you get married, you're not doing anything different than you was when you was just in a committed relationship.
All right, so D. All right, let me show you something.
All right,
like I'm gonna break it down to you so you're gonna understand this real clear. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Always ready.
So, relationship is the beginning, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, D, you have brothers. You have a relationship with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a mother. You have a father. You have a relationship with them, right?
Right.
Now, the level of your relationship with them is different from your girlfriend,
Mm.
right?
Um, I say so. Oh, so let me answer that real quick. Yes and no. So it's like the relationship is not different. The only way it's different is who you prioritize first. So right, like whether it's biblically or not
Hold,
biblically.
hold,
Hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
hold on. You didn't ask the question.
I did. I said
I said to you, each one of those I said is a different relationship. They have levels.
well,
They have
everything in
levels,
life
right?
is based off levels. Yes.
I'm talking about the people I said that I'm not talking directly to you. I'm just giving you an example. I'm
Right.
saying you got siblings, you got mother and father, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you put them in a high, low, whatever, right? You got a relationship with all of them, and it's different, right? Right?
Right. Right.
Your girlfriend and your mother and your father relationship is different.
Right.
Now, when you get a wife, she supersedes all of that.
Nah. See, that's what I said.
You know
It's how you
why?
prioritize. Hold on. I'm gonna say this because you asked me a question. It's how you prioritize things, right? Like, so when you get married and you have kids, traditionally, what society says is you put your new family before your blood family, or not blood. I can't say that because your kids, you know, it's just your blood, but you put your new family before your previous family, right? That's how it's supposed to go once you get married. Like you put your wife first, your kids first, da, da, da. It's that's just a level of prioritizing what's important, right? But hold on, like so my thing is this: whether I was in a strong relationship, a committed relationship, or a marriage, unless my wife was like unless my mother or something like that did the utmost disrespectful thing, I'm not putting my wife before my mother or
Huh?
my father or my father.
See?
Unless
So see,
unless they did something so crazy or they were so bad, I'm never going to do that. Family first
so
for me.
okay, but you gotta see this, and that's why look, and that's why you having a hard time with understand what marriage is.
That's your,
It's
okay.
because
That's your
guess what?
opinion. That's your
No,
opinion.
no. But look, remember what I said about a leader.
Right.
You become the leader of your family. And a
Right.
leader will do whatever it takes to protect his family, his kingdom. He will do
Right.
whatever it takes. He not letting nobody. So you when you got the leader mentality, not saying you don't, I'm just saying
Right.
when you have the leader mentality, you not letting nobody come into your palace and mess with nothing in there. You the king of the castle. So
Right.
when it comes down to your wife, see, listen, a girlfriend can't be no queen.
Why not?
Queen is the highest thing because a queen is the highest under everybody else. The
Mm.
king is the top. Then the queen. You, guess what? Just let's look, if you look at Roman times, right?
I'm
The
glad
the
you said that.
mothers they didn't come into the king. Look, the mothers didn't come in the king's castle and say, "Oh, I'm your mother." No, you say, "Ma, no." You go talk to the queen.
I'm glad you said that
Go
because
talk to the queen. You can't talk. You
listen, but
can't talk to me.
biblically, the
It's
king,
royalty.
no king, biblically, kings were non-believers. So God says, don't put nothing or
Hey,
nobody before I. So when you talk about kings and
don't
queens,
don't say. Yeah, I use the word king, queen. Don't go biblical because you
oh
don't want to do that.
no, I'm not sure you want to, but we gonna save it. We gonna save it. Let me. All right, I'm gonna say one more thing about the Bible, biblically,
Yeah.
right? So according to the Bible, right? The Bible says, say if a man gets married to a woman and a divorce occurs, right? We talked about earlier. We talked about the word infidelity. If a man so chooses to marry a woman that was divorced, guess what? According to the Bible, that's infidelity. Right? Now, when we look at things like that, we're like, how? I didn't cheat. But according to the Bible, biblically, they say if a woman was divorced for another man to marry her, it's infidelity because she's damaged goods. because she was married.
No, no,
She took
D.
an oath. Hold on.
Because
It says she took an oath before me, and she didn't live up to expectations. She didn't do her job. Whatever the case may be, she is divorced now. She's forbidden fruit now. So for another man to marry her, they say it's infidelity according to the Bible, and you can look that up yourself. That's what the
no.
Bible says. So
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 so D. If
so
she
how's it?
if she
Hold on. Answer this. How's that infidelity if you didn't cheat? You wasn't with her and you was with another woman, or she wasn't with you and she. You know what I'm saying? How's it infidelity because she got divorced and somebody else choose to marry her?
now you done?
Oh yeah.
Infidelity is basically it's what it's saying in the Bible. It's saying that if a woman is divorced and she has committed adultery, right?
No, it says adult.
And the
If she gets
husband,
remarried, the husband, the
listen,
new husband, is committing adultery. Is what it says.
because she if she is married, right, and
Right.
she commit adultery, she cannot remarry again.
That's what I said.
That's what it's saying. Yes, she can't. And if somebody take on her and she has committed adultery, right?
Right.
You're not supposed to marry her.
Right. So
Unless
adultery and
the
infidelity is the same
husband put
thing.
her away, huh? Unless the husband says, I want to divorce her, then they can remarry.
No,
The current husband that she has.
no. It's no. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send it to you later. It says once a woman get divorced, she can't get married again because that's adultery, and adultery is the same thing as infidelity. Because biblically, the reason why they say that is this: they said like a woman's private area, a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be cherished. That's why I say you should pick and choose the right person, right? You take an oath before God. And if you give that away, you give your forbidden fruits away. You should not give it to somebody else. So if you get married, what you take an oath before God, right? It don't work out. You might as well just be single. That's what the Bible says. I would send you scriptures. Right? Which to me, that doesn't make sense at all. It like if the relationship didn't work, who says it's the woman's fault? It might be the man's fault. But to say that woman cannot get remarried because she gave up her fruits, it's crazy to me.
Well, when you want to have that lesson, we had that lesson.
We're gonna have that another time. All right.
We talk about right now. We talk about relationship and marriage. We're not gonna go there.
But it do tie into that. But we're gonna say that for another episode, right? So look. So if a marriage is a failed marriage, isn't that the same thing as a committed relationship?
Say that again.
If a marriage is a failed marriage, isn't that the same thing as a committed relationship? Because if it's a failed relationship, failed marriage, you get a divorce, right? And isn't that the same thing as a committed relationship? Y'all was committed until you wasn't committed no more.
Committed and marriage is different.
How? You got to make a commitment when you get married, right?
Committed relationship and marriage is two different things. It's a relationship.
Marriage is a full-time job. So if you want to, it's a job.
If you want to say full-time job, yeah, of course it's a job. You
So
got to get up every morning. You got to make sure that you got to make sure she okay. You got to make sure everything's good. Financially, mentally, physically, you got to make sure she okay. You want her to do that for you, right?
You're right. So look, if there's no guarantees that a marriage is going to last forever, again, I ask, if there's no guarantees a marriage is going to last, what's the difference between that and a relationship?
It did. Do you live forever? No.
You
hope to live your full life that you're supposed to live, right?
Right.
The same thing with the marriage. You listen, when you decide to marry the woman, you have to do the necessary things for it to work. If you don't want it to work, guess what? You don't do the things you wanted to work.
But it takes two. All I said is if there's no guarantees that it's going to work, what is the difference between that and a relationship?
You in a relationship, you just remember, ultimately, you could always walk away with no questions asked. I'm out. Peace. with no, you don't have to give no explanation. You could do that. That's the biggest difference. You could just walk away and just say, I'm done. I don't care. Don't call me. Don't block everything. You could do that, but in the marriage, you cannot do that because it allows you. It don't allow you to just do that because guess what? You gave an oath to that person. Look, I'm going to take care of you. Look at what it say in the Bible. I mean, I didn't say the Bible. Look what it say. For better or worse, for rich or poor. You go. That's what you said. You said that. A sealed deal. It's like a sealed deal. You sealed it. You said, look, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. You told you come on, it's a bond. Like I told you, it's a seal, it's a deal. That's what you said you're gonna do. You say you're gonna do that. Now, all of a sudden, because things got rough, things got rocky. Now you ready to give up on me? You ready to sell me out?
Is that not called life? I like the smile.
I'm reading.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm reading with the comments. I said, so you go buy a car.
So if somebody's commenting, they might as well get on and put the input. Like
you ain't see it. You ain't see it?
Nah, I ain't see it because I got full screen on right now, so I ain't see it. Nah.
Oh, okay, I can see it. So it said you go and buy a car and don't know what will happen after you buy it. No. See what they said you buy a car. No. Listen, watch this. When a person go buy a car, watch this. Huh? When a person go buy a car, before you go buy a car, you know and say, huh? Before you go buy a car, you say, look, like I'll give you an example because they said about buying a car. Look, I know everything about a Honda Accord. Yeah. So I said, you know what? That's the car I want because I learned about Honda Accord. I know how good those cars are. So I ain't have to go. I really didn't have to test drive it, but I knew they was a good car. So I said, you know what? Let me go give me a Honda Accord because it's a good car. It lasts long. It's longevity. It's a great car. You got what I'm saying? So I'm willing to go get it. You ain't gonna just go buy a car. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn what type of car you want, what type of car that you want, and then after you find the car that you want, guess what? And if it works for you and your lifestyle, that's the car you're gonna get. But you want to make sure that's a good car before you go in a dealership and go get a car.
Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh because
people go buy cars, huh?
No, I'm laughing because on a previous episode of one of your podcasts, you had a guest on there that said you got a test drive before you get married. And you say no, you don't. So now you just prove him to be right. You got to test drive it. You got to know what you're getting into.
Hold up. Listen to me. I had a Honda Accord already. I had one already. Remember I had the black one.
No, I got you. But you just said you got to test drive it.
Come on.
I just flipped it on you.
I ain't test drive my car. But now they said it's used. Okay, but now guess what? You got a used car. So now guess what? No, seriously.
No, I'm laughing at the comment.
Car. Yeah. You got a used car. So now you got to go take it to the mechanic, make sure it's good, make sure it's not a limit. See what I'm saying? Not about test driving. It's about making sure that it's all up to par. You go take it to a mechanic. You say, look, check everything for me. You ain't got to go test drive it. You say, look, I want to make sure everything's legit, up and up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, man, that's it. Oh, shoot. Hey. I don't know. Hey, come on. Link.
No.
Link that up.
We ain't doing that right now.
Oh, because
comments are blowing up right now.
But yeah. So hey, look, that's the same thing I tell some of my friends. They I got boys. They be like, you gonna test drive? I said, yo, bro, listen, you can't test drive a car. Sometimes you can't do test drives. Because guess what? If you're gonna go buy a used car, hey, it's either gonna be used and good or used and bad.
That's why you got to test drive it. You gotta know what you're getting yourself into.
Watch this.
Just like a relationship, you gotta know what you're getting into.
Nah,
that's why. Hold on. Right. That's why you said relationship comes before marriage. That's you test driving the whole relationship. That's you test driving that pre-marriage.
Nah, listen.
Yes.
Watch this. Here's the thing. Watch this. If you have you with somebody, right? And look, we live in a weird time now. So some people be like, y'all got to test drive that, right? Watch this, and it's a fact. It's not my opinion. This is a fact. You listen. You go in there. You been with a girl for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a man's perspective and a woman's. Yo, you going in, y'all have a good time, relationship good. Now y'all get to the moment where y'all ready to go in the bedroom. Guess what? And she whack. Nigga,
Yo, hold on. You see the
nigga.
comment?
You ain't,
You see the comment, bro?
but you out. You out. You ain't. Yo, you out. You out. You out. You like, oh heck no, I'm not doing. See, and that's the bad part about it. Now you done spent. Let's say you spent like 2 years with. No, I ain't gonna say 2 years because they ain't waiting no 2 years. Let's say you just look. You spending 6 months, 7 months, 8 months with this person, and you get to that moment, and now it's whack. Now you got to start all over. Come
Right.
on. That's why it's important to just you got to really know the qualities of that woman. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it because guess what? You wasting time. Man. We ain't getting younger. We getting older.
Right.
As you get older, you got to make wiser decisions, better choices. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I promise you this. Most of them, and look, it's hard to find a woman that don't have kids.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact. Because
All
every
right.
day
So look,
nowadays everybody's popping out kids. That's crazy.
right. No, but here's the thing. Watch this. Just to prove my point. What I'm saying. Check this out. So I'll be watching other podcasts, getting some other ideas and everything. Right. So they got this new thing going on, and it's all basically about relationships because we still on the topic about relationships. Here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about: making better decisions and wiser choices. Look, they got this balloon challenge. You ever seen it?
Yeah, I seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. That shit funny.
Hey, check this out. It's funny, right? But look, some of the girls, you know what they say?
What's that?
They look okay, right? They said to some of the dudes, "Oh, you're not tall enough." What? You're not tall enough? See, these women are looking for something.
Yeah, they looking for the wrong things.
Huh?
They looking for the wrong things.
Of course.
Then
they say, "Oh, yeah."
Oh,
They're
no,
looking for the wrong things and not looking for the quality of the man. They said, "Oh, he's not tall enough. Oh, he just." But guess what? I promise you, one girl said, the dude said, I make 90,000. She said, "Oh, that's not enough. Bust the balloon." What?
Yeah.
90,000?
Yeah.
I swear to goodness, I wanted to know how much she made.
Less than that.
Because if she ain't making 100 plus, huh?
I said less than that.
Huh?
Most likely she was a gold digger. She looking for dollar signs. She probably was broke and don't even drive.
Yes. Hey, look, that's my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? When you look at things like that, you got to look. That's how you got to. The most important thing I think that you should be worried about in a relationship is the character of that person.
Right.
The morals, their standards. That's how you get to find the right woman for you. They standards, bro. You can't come on. Look.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario right quick. I know somebody that personally, right? They was in a relationship, everything was good, right? They had a kid together, things were still good, but it got a little rocky. They kept on having kids. Things got rockier and rockier. She became more possessive, more crazy. Why are you laughing?
No,
you funny yourself. You funny yourself.
No, look, you got that look. You got that look. He's like, yes, she got this.
No, I said I know
That's
somebody.
Good.
I know somebody, and they came to me, right?
Okay.
So, and they was like, "Bruh, I love her to death, but like, I don't know if it's postpartum. I tried to tell myself it was that, but like, we had one kid, we had two kids. It wasn't like that. But now she go through my phone. Somebody can say hi, and then she go crazy. Oh, you was cheating. I don't want that drama and that negativity in my life. But I do care for her. I do love her. I want to be with her, but that rubs me the wrong way. It makes me want to be distant. What would you say to that person? And let's say it's no infidelity, it's no cheating, no nothing. Somebody say hi and you blow up like that, and it's like it's not just one time. It's like every day you just blow up. You got temper tantrums. You act like you bipolar. Like what would you say? What advice would you give to that person?
All right, so this how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
The respect level for one another, right? If it's like messed up and in shambles, you got to fix that, right? I'll give you an example. Yo, I'll tell you, I'm real transparent. I'm super duper. All right, so no, I'm serious because I want people to
I
grow. I want people to understand it, and I want them to understand that like changes have to be made if you want the better, the better half. Um, so when I first got married with Esther, right?
mm-hmm.
Yo, I did something I shouldn't have did, and what I did
What?
was I text Maria jokingly, right? It's like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
what's up? I want to have a threesome,
Oh shit! You
but
girl,
I was joking.
you
Nah, but
bro,
listen.
bro.
I'm showing you. You said, "Oh, listen."
I
I'm
know.
showing you, and I'm saying to you what I had to do. All right, that was wrong with me. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
My conviction. I told Esther I should have said that. Right? So she got upset with me.
right,
So I had to rekindle what I had destroyed, her trust. It was just that simple. Something stupid. I knew I
right,
wasn't gonna do that because I divorced her. But so my point to you is this: is that you may have did some damage. You have to refix that, and you gotta start. It's always fixable. You know what I'm saying? If the person got kids, it's always fixable. So you gotta do your best as the person, and you gotta fix that. I had to fix that, man. I had to let her see my phone. Like, no, I'm not playing. And I said, yo, I'm not joking like that no more. That's my bad. I went to therapy. I went to marriage counseling with that, and they was like, yeah, you got to fix that, and that's what I'm saying. So when you do stuff in the beginning of the relationship, you got to try to fix that. You got to mend it up because it's a sore, it's a scab. You know what I'm saying? And that person got to heal from that. You got and look, and each time if they got a wound and you keep pulling at that scab, is never going to heal. It's that, and basically that person is not going to heal from the pain that you caused. So
right.
you gotta make sure that you take care of that. And that's my take on that because you got to do that, and
But
they
see,
might not trust you for a little bit.
but that's the thing. You say you did something wrong, right? I
Got to take
said,
accountability. Take accountability.
I get it, but the person I'm talking about, right, that came to me and asked me for advice, like, this, bro, I'm not cheating. My girl see somebody say hi, and they just act bananas, and it's like it's crazy. We got kids together, and I don't want to mess up that foundation, but it's okay for somebody to say hi.
Trust. Trust.
Right, right, trust. So this is the thing. So the person you're in a relationship with, they don't trust you. Then what do you say? What do you do? How do you get out of that? How do you fix it?
You gotta let them know that you go to war for them. You got to trust. You got. Listen, trust is something that sometimes you got to earn, and with that, you gotta earn their trust. Seriously, and you can. Anybody can, but that's what happens. You got to earn their trust, and there's things you got to do. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Things you got to do. They got to see. They have to see your actions so they know that you trust that. Esther now Esther know. She know. I ain't playing.
What she
Like I
know?
didn't I didn't wild out a couple times already. Huh?
I said, what she know
She know I'm serious.
about her?
I'm serious.
Oh, that's
Like,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I shown it. Like, yo, no, what you want? Like, she not a big spender. I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a big spender. She not, right?
Right.
So in my way of showing her, I say you get anything you want. That I can afford, I'm gonna get it. I get it for her. She don't gotta really want for nothing. I say, what you want? Get it. She's like, oh no, it's too much money. Go get it. But it's not about the money. It's about me saying, look, you can get anything you want. I work every day. My kids is grown. It's me and you. It's just me and her now. Everybody
Right.
gone. It's just me and her. So it's like, yo, we going on trips. We do things together. You know what I'm
So
saying?
let me
So
ask you this.
now she knows.
So
Yeah.
now go ahead, finish, and then I'm gonna say something.
What I was gonna say is that like me, like her too. We don't, man. Our phones stay flipped up. We don't turn our phones over like some people do. Turn their phone. Hey, whoever texts me, she can see because anybody. You know what I'm saying? And look, and here's the thing. And I do live a different life now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the spotlight. I mean, a lot of people look up to me. A lot of people ask me for advice. So I'm in the spotlight. And why I say that is, look, watch this. So, one of the guests that was on our podcast, right? They live
Mhm.
around the corner from us, but Esther followed them and she became a guest on my podcast because she said, oh, check her out because she got a podcast too. So, you see what I'm saying? But
Right.
I know that if, Like I stopped calling her. I sent it to Esther. Now Esther and her be hanging out. I want that because she need that, right? But the point of the moral of the story is this.
So
I said
you
the
do
point.
that.
The moral of the
So,
story is this.
you do that for your wife to trust you more, and you say, "I don't want you to think that we talking about something different." Is that what it is? Because you say
Not
relationships
just
and
because
marriage should be about trust. So if
I'm in the
Esther,
spotlight.
listen, if she threw her your way, she should have you trust in you because she threw her your way and said, "Listen, she'd be good for your
Yeah,
podcast." So why not
she
communicate with her?
trusts me.
Why? Yeah. So no. So that's what I'm saying.
No,
You
I
said you
oh
don't call her no more. You said you throw her Esther way, right? Why do you do that? If
because
Esther,
I wanted no because it was meant for her and Esther to link up, not me. But she's always going to be a guest on my podcast. Yeah, she gonna come anytime, like that. You know what I'm saying? But
right?
but here's the thing, you with that connection, it serves its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And how did it serve its purpose? She came on. Now her and Esther can link up and hang out, you know, with because that's what it was meant for it to happen. And then also she has her own podcast, so she comes on mine, and that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that me, it doesn't look, it doesn't sit well with me knowing that I call her, talk to her. Nah, it's not that. It's not about not trusting. It's just not just people seeing that and they say, "Oh, why you calling that woman? She
Right.
married man. I mean, she married married woman. You a married man. See what I'm saying? So
But
you
it
know
shouldn't
you don't
matter what other
want
people say.
nobody to talk
If
like that.
if
Nah,
if
you're right, but it really does because guess what? As you can see, people always talk about, oh, they see me drinking wine. They say, oh, you a minister. And I'm like, huh? Okay, you ain't seen me drunk. You ain't seen me acting a fool. I had a
right,
glass of wine. Okay, I had a beer. But now,
right,
because I had that, I'm condemned. Oh, nah, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like
right.
that. So, but the way I walk, the way I carry myself, I have to carry myself away where I can help other people and encourage them. So that I just don't want that on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, yo, yeah, talk to Esther.
Now I got you,
So
man. I got you.
but look, it comes with trust. Though, but trust, like because first thing I said to Esther, I said, yo, why you send me a picture of a woman? She's like, babe, no, not like that. Just look at her page. Because I was like, what are you doing? She's like, no, look at
Right,
her page, check her out. She might be good for your podcast. I was like, oh, okay. And then that's how it was. It was good. It was
right.
fun and it's exciting. So that
Man, that's always a good thing, man. Once you got somebody in your life and that's not just there for you for one thing, but there for you for all cause, she's a keeper. You know what I'm saying? If you got dreams and she
yeah.
supported, even if she don't believe in your dreams, but she supported, it's a keeper, bro. Um, but like life is difficult like that. Like she might support you, she might be there, but like that's one thing about women. Women are tricky. Women are tricky. Men would never understand the logic of a woman and vice versa. Women think they can understand a man, but they can't. And one of the things I hate is when people say, well, men say, we got our game from a woman. I disagree with that wholeheartedly because if we got our game from a woman, the woman will have us figured out, but they don't. Men can't figure out a woman, and a woman can't figure out a man.
No,
It's just life.
yeah, I'm with you with that.
Like
Um, but
earlier we was talking about hold on. Earlier we was talking about what's easy, what's not, right? So nothing in life is easy. If things in life was easy, we all would be doing something else. Cause could you play basketball against somebody that's like 9 years old and enjoy it?
no,
Could you play Madden since you love Madden and you play against somebody that sucks and you scoring 100 points every time you play them? Are you going to enjoy it?
nope, you're not gonna play anymore.
Exactly. You're going to move on to something because we say we hate competition, but we really like competition. We want competition because if life was easy, we be all doing something else. We don't like easy. I mean, speaking about a man, if a woman was easy, we like that to a certain degree. To a certain degree, we ain't gonna wife them, so therefore we really don't like easy girls. You know what I'm trying to say? Now that's a
Yeah, that's
narrative
true.
that people put out there, like, oh, men like easy. Women that's easy. No, we don't like that. We like it for a moment, right? Like they say people come into your life for a reason or for a season. Same thing applies to a woman, when you think about a man. we like it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Long term, we don't like that. We behind her back, we like, oh yeah, she a hoe, she this, she that, right? So we don't like nothing easy in life. Not I'm talking about men or women. Nothing, anything easy in life is not worth fighting for.
Hey,
So go ahead.
D. So let me ask you a question then.
You're right.
Would you let a woman lead you?
You said lead me?
Yeah.
See, I know where you're going with this because I listen to your podcast as well. But hold on,
Yo, I just asked you a question. Would
I
you
know
let a
you
woman
smiling.
lead you?
I'm honestly ask you to answer that question. Yes. Yes, because we talked about levels in life. It's levels to different things in life. So it's some things that a woman, my woman, may know, like she might be more knowledgeable in something. So of course I'm gonna let her lead me in that direction. Because if I sit there and say I'm the man, I'm gonna lead, and I'm not as knowledgeable, I'm making a fool out of myself. You know
All
what I'm
right,
trying
so
to say?
look. All right, okay. D. She can advise you,
Right,
she can enlighten you,
right.
but you, at the end of the day, you are the leader. You the
If
protector.
somebody, yeah, no, protector. You ain't say about protection. If
Hold on, watch
somebody,
this.
okay,
If you are a protector, right?
right,
What does
yeah,
that mean? What does that mean?
you
A
make sure
protector.
no harm comes to that person.
And what that mean?
What do you mean?
You
If
go
you
you
make
go
sure
first.
nobody,
You go
yes,
first.
no, but
A good protector has to be a good leader.
you're right. But it's
You
levels
got
to everything in life.
so look, I never tell my wife I'm the man. You gonna listen to me? No, because you know what? That's not the correct way to say that to her. But
Mhm.
in the process of me being the head of the household, guess what? We collaborate and we discuss things like, look,
So hold on.
before
When
I
you
wanted
say
to get
head,
my car,
yeah,
before I went to get my car, I discussed it with my wife what I was going to do, and she's like, "Oh, okay, right."
yeah.
Because guess what? It would be selfish of me to go make a decision without consulting with my wife and letting her know what was going on, how we was gonna do this.
I don't agree with that.
See what I'm saying?
If
You
it's
don't
not
agree
in
with what?
detriment, what you just said, if it's not detrimental to your relationship and your marriage, you ain't got to consult with your wife about everything. Because guess what? Every woman on this planet Earth, their mothers teach them you don't never tell a man everything. So
Yeah,
why do
that's what.
men sit
Look,
there and say I'm gonna do that? You crazy?
so see, that's so. Look, you answer your own question though, because listen, if you want a successful marriage, those things that you just said, you ain't gonna say.
Because what you
Those
bend into
people that
her
say that,
will. That goes back to bondage. Now you bonding
you're
yourself
not
to that
building.
person.
AD.
Why?
It's look, it's
You
two
can't make
brains
decisions on your own as a man.
together. No, it's two brains working together, not one, two.
A woman is never going to tell their husband or their man everything about them. That's how they was taught. That's how they train. So why are you telling me men should do that?
No, I don't. That maybe that's the women you know, but the women I know, nah.
Ask your wife if that's what she was taught on your own private time.
Ask her what. See
If
my
she,
we different. We different.
no on your own private time, just ask her. Hey, you tell me everything, single thing, like you're just the thought process is like everything. She gonna tell you no. That's how women are trained. That's how they are brought up, bro.
But what you mean when you say her thought process? What you mean? I don't get that.
But
I don't
everything,
understand.
she's supposed to tell you everything she's thinking, her feelings every single time. No, if she want to
Yes,
make a, if she want to
if
swipe her
something
card, if she want to buy something for herself, she gonna come to you. And hell no, hell no. Why?
D, no,
Why?
no. Something buying a car is something that you have to talk with your wife.
Hell no.
Yes.
Nope. Nope.
D.
Why? Why?
You know
Tell me
why?
why.
Because
Why?
guess what? A team make a dream work.
Okay, that only goes but so far. If
But
if I
watch
want to buy
this.
a car, I'm not going to consult with her
So
unless we are in financial ruins. I have no reason to go to her and be like, yo, I'm gonna buy a car. You crazy?
all right, D. Okay.
That's part of being an adult and being a man. If I'm
What?
going to do something that's not going to be a detriment to our relationship or our marriage, I'm going to make my own decision. This is what I want. I'm gonna do it. Simple.
All right. So look. So that's what. Guess what? You can't. I'm gonna tell you right now, straight to you. If you go in the mindset with that in the marriage, no, you're not. It's not gonna last. You can't.
No,
That's not a successful marriage. That's a relationship,
hey,
yeah, but a marriage,
hey.
no.
So
Yeah,
talking about successful marriages, you're not. If that's your mindset, you're not in a successful a marriage either. You're a
I,
slave.
I'm newly married.
Something that our ancestors fought for. If that's your mindset, you are a slave.
Guess what?
You are held
my
in
first
captivity. You are
no,
held in
never.
captivity.
My mind was, I'm not telling my wife nothing the first time. Guess what? You know what it got me? A disaster.
Why?
Disaster.
That
Because I made a decision. I made a decision to go get a car. Guess what? With above my means, and it made a
no.
difference in our
See
finances.
now you're trying to split the difference.
No, guess
I
what?
said if it's not a detriment to our relationship or our marriage. Now you saying above your means, that's a detriment. That is different. That
Okay,
is
D,
different.
watch this.
If it's not a
You go and buy a
detriment, you
car.
ain't gotta consult with nobody. You know what
Look,
you
you go
consult
buy a
to?
car.
You consult with a boss. So your wife is your boss. That makes you a sucker. That makes you soft.
Look, you go to and buy a car, right? Your wife has a car, right? You go buy a car, brand new car. She got a regular car. Her car breaks down, right?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Well,
You heard me?
yeah, I hear
come
you.
on.
So
Talk.
first of
Now
all,
what you gonna
for
do?
me,
You bought a
first of
brand
all,
new car now. You bought a brand new
I
car. Your wife car breakdown is done. It's shot now. You bought a brand new car, so now you got a monthly payment that you got to pay. Guess what? Your wife don't have a car. Now what you gonna do? You gonna give her your car?
hell no. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to help her get back on her
Exactly.
feet as far as transportation.
But
But
guess
that's
what?
what I said.
She
If
need a
it's not
car.
a detriment, I said if
It's
it's not a
not. It's not.
detriment.
She got a car
so
already. She
so
has the car.
so if let's hold true to that scenario. If I bought a brand new car and her car broke down, if I give her my car, guess who's suffering? Me, because I won't have a car because I gave her my car. Like what?
See,
How that makes sense?
and guess what? That's the difference between a relationship and a marriage.
Nah.
A real man gonna make the sacrifices for his wife versus just his girl.
So that means
You're gonna make
you're
a big
gonna suffer.
sacrifice.
So you're gonna suffer,
But
and that's okay. So it's
for
never
me,
good with anybody.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Long as my wife, got, if she got to get to work, that's what, babe. Go ahead and take my car. I catch an Uber to work. I catch an Uber. Look, I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it because I want to make sure she's safe. Safe.
That goes back to what I said about
safe.
putting that ring around that finger, putting that ring around the finger. That is bondage. That is ownership. That means you become captive. You are now in captivity. You are a slave. And at the end of the day, once you break all that down, once you unpack all, no, you're not. Once you unpack all that,
I'm free.
right? Nah, you are not.
Yeah.
You are not. If that's the
free.
mindset you have, you are not
Free-minded.
free. You are not
free-minded.
All right, let's rewind.
Tell me I'm free.
Hold on. Let's rewind.
You gonna get married? You gonna get married?
Hopefully. You see, you try to put me on the spot. Hopefully, that's my goal. That's my goal. I'm glad.
Yeah.
You funny as hell. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been my goal. It's been my mission.
All right, but look,
I wanted. You know how they say it's a such thing as bridezillas. They want it their way. I want it my way, right? And until I have it my way, and I don't mean like in a relationship. I'm talking about how the proposal, how the scenery, how all that is. I want it my way, and that's it. A lot of people don't understand that. They get married. I don't want to go no justice of peace or nothing like that. I want this shit to be grand. I want since we talking, bro. We talk about that price. We talk about that price tag. If I'm going to commit to something that comes with a price tag, right, and that price tag is only a one-time thing, right? I want it to be grand. You know what I want? I want it to be sort of like when you're a king and you have that red carpet rolled out. I want it to be on that level. I want it to be that special. If it's not that special, it's not time. If it's not on that level, it's got to be on that magnitude for me to be like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I want to be looked upon as the greatest person alive because I took that step.
No,
If I
dude.
take the
All right.
simple route and just like I'm gonna propose, and people are like, oh, he proposed, I'm like, oh, damn, I ain't do something right.
All
When
right.
I the day I proposed, I wanted to be a big spectacle.
All right. So look.
Simple. So
All right.
anybody
So
that pressured me about getting married or talk to me about getting married, that's what I want. If I don't have that, it's not time.
all right. So let me, and because it's about that time for me to get up out of here. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm gonna drop something on you right here.
Mhm.
All right. So you can understand. Work on yourself first, right? And as you work on yourself, right, work on your creativity. And the reason why I'm saying that to you is you say what you want, right? And listen, I'm not that man to be that creative. You know what I'm saying? So my proposal wasn't like this grand thing, right? But I'm gonna show you how it comes natural when you work on yourself internally, and things like that will just happen for you. Look, this young man at my job, I've been there at my job for 17 years, right? Let me tell you what he did.
Your
He's younger
current
than me.
job, that is.
Blew my, huh?
I said your current job.
What is it?
You
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
yeah.
Your current job. Yeah. His name is I'll really tell you his name. His name is Michael. Let me tell you what he did to propose to his woman. And this the type of, and I watch him grow. He's a father of two, married, man, blew my mind. And that's why I said grow within yourself. Because what you want, you can have it, but you got to know on the inside, you know what I'm saying? Internally, you got to grow. Yo, he went to a basketball game, Brooklyn.
Right.
Check this out. On the big screen, said to his girl, baby, I love you. Will you marry me? Yo, on the big screen. And they put the camera right on them. He proposed to her right at the basketball game, yo. That's creativity. And guess what? He had it all set up. Like they were sitting in the booth. She didn't even know what was coming. They were sitting in the booth, and the lights and everything. The lights went on there and then put it up on the camera.
But that's what I mean, though. That's creativity.
Epic,
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I want. So a lot of people, oh, why this? Why that? That's what I want.
You got to build up to that.
But you know what hinders me? Hold on. You know what hinders me from doing that particular thing? My work schedule. I have to find the time, and I got the people that I want to be involved. I got to work on their time as well. So that's what makes it difficult. I'm not just working on my time, I'm working on everybody's time that I want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? If I reach out to family and
special.
So let me ask you this. If I reach out to family and I say this is what I want, right? And they go, oh, I'm all for it. And they're like, oh, I'm thinking about this time frame. And it's not the next day, it's like 3 months, 4 months down the line. And then all of a sudden I never hear from them again. So what is your advice? Do I keep it pushing and say and take them out, remove them out of the equation and go on with my dream and my passion, right? Or do I wait around for them?
So look, that's a moment. Look, it's not about the people that's around it. It's a moment that for that individual that you want to propose to, this got to be special for her. That's it. It ain't about who did. Huh?
So if people are not available that are truly wanting to be a part of it, if they're not available, I just say fuck it.
No, because look, you see what I said to you? He was at a basketball game. Because guess what? At the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. It will be a moment for her to cherish for the rest of her life. It's not about who's there. It's about you and her making it special. So you look, it may be silly. It may be silly to you, but guess what? You could be at a picnic, just you and her. Throw out the carpet. I mean, throw out the little.
Hold on, time out. Black people don't do picnics. That's some racist shit to say picnics.
Man, shut up, man. You talking crazy, man. You talking about something. Let's see. That's your mindset.
Call it something else. We don't
mindset, man. Get that
black
out of
people
here,
don't
man. Listen,
black people don't do picnics. Call it something else.
Listen,
a gathering.
I don't do all the race
lunch.
Thing, bro. I'm married to a white woman, so what you talking about? I don't do all that, bro. I don't talk like that.
One.
So I don't.
Black people don't do picnics.
I'm married to one. man, but I don't know what you're talking about, man. But anyway, you talking crazy. Yo, so you go out there, you put out, you make it nice, and then you know what I'm saying, you roll out something and you get some little nice music she like, and just be like, man, you know, I love you, and man, just propose to her. It's simple. It could be anywhere. It could be at the movies and just right in front of everybody. Everybody looking. You know, look, we live in a time with social media, bro. Somebody take out their camera. Everybody got their camera. Oh my God! Boom. Next thing you know, you on social media. What you talking about,
But
bro?
have you heard?
Give you some ideas. Ching, ching, ching,
Listen,
ching.
listen. Have you heard of people? They ain't no ideas. I want what I want. Listen. You ever heard of a man
See, look what
committed?
you say. Hold up,
Listen.
man.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I gotta cut you off. Yo, you talking about? No, it's not. Stop. Big brother saying it right now. Big brother saying it right now. Yo, it's not about you. It ain't about.
You
Stop
right.
saying you.
You right.
Yo, it's not about you. It's not. That's not for you. It's for her.
You
not
right.
you.
Listen,
it's for her.
I'm glad.
So
you
stop
said,
saying what you want. You want to make it special for her.
You're right, but I'm glad you said.
I ain't talking about. I'm just saying, like in general.
Listen, you ever heard of
man.
a man being committed to a woman and wholeheartedly, and vice versa, a woman being wholeheartedly in love with the man, right? And then that man chose to propose, but it's not the woman's vision, and she say no, but she really do want to get married. I know you heard of that before and you've seen it, and they say no, and they say why they say no because it's not their vision. So what's wrong with me saying I got a vision?
Hey, look, if a man proposed to a woman, right, and she say no because it's not her vision, that ain't the woman for you. Period. Now don't out. Period. Because guess what? You opened up to her on 100% and you said, listen, I want to marry you. Whatever. And if it's genuine, you doing it from your heart. No, if they didn't accept it and they said because it's not the way they wanted to pitch it out, guess what? See you later.
So let me ask you this.
How they do it to us? Red flag. I'm out of here. Red flag, baby.
Let me ask you.
Hey, they do it to us. You gotta have flags, bro.
Look, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Your wife love you?
Really?
No. It's just answer a question, bro. The world's listening. So yeah, all right. Yes. So what if she tells you tomorrow at breakfast or lunch or dinner and say, you know what, babe, I was listening to that podcast, and you know I love you. You know I'm married to you. But if you try to propose to me and you came to my job and proposed that way, I would have told you no. Are you gonna say, oh, babe, you ain't the one for me? Would you say that to her?
But it's.
No, because that to her that might be embarrassing. So that's what I mean by vision. If that's not how she wanted, and say and you propose, and she would have told you no.
If I went to her job and I proposed to her at her job, got on my knees, said, "Baby, I love you. I want everybody to see this. Will you marry me?" She told me no. Bro, I'm gonna take my bags and I'm out. Peace.
No, y'all married now.
What strong like that?
Look, I said, what if y'all married now? But what if tomorrow she said, "Babe, I ain't gonna lie. If you proposed at my job, I would have told you no." What would you say to her? Y'all already married.
Too late. We married.
That's what I'm saying.
It's too late. I'll be like, well,
they don't change your thought process.
Look, no. I said if you would have did that to me and I'd have came to your job before we got married, I would have been out of here.
But this is the thing. You said if a woman says no, that she wasn't meant for you.
Yeah.
But now that you married and she said, "Babe, I ain't gonna." No. But if she say, "Babe, I ain't gonna lie," I would have did it. I would have said no if you did it at my job. Is she the right one for you?
Guess what?
Is she right?
Yeah.
Should you get a divorce?
That's speculation. I'm telling you, if you ain't never proposed, you propose to a woman.
I have proposed.
She say no.
I proposed twice in my life.
I'm talking about at her job, and she say no. Oh, deuces. That's a red flag. Don't sit there and waste your time.
No, I got you. It's easy to say
you love that person.
Right. I got you, bro.
You love him.
Yeah, I got you. But look, I'm gonna say this for everybody that's watching. If you like what you see, like what you hear, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow Chef Dennis, man. You know, on his social media. At Chef Dennis -32 on YouTube and Chef Dennis 3235, right? 3235.
Yeah, Instagram.
On Instagram. All right.
Yeah, I'm on Mondays and Wednesdays 6:30.
Right. So we all about supporting each other. Yeah, we got that. Don't forget we all about supporting each other and trying to uplift people and encouraging people. And we had a good time today. And I'll have him on other episodes and many more people on episodes. So, just like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to call it a night for the night. See y'all in the next one.
All right, y'all. Peace.